Adobe presents 2023 Digital Trends Retail in Focus. In this audio story, we'll be exploring results from the 2023 Digital Trends Retail in Focus report, Adobe's annual survey produced in collaboration with Econsultancy. Let's start with a foreword from Bruce Richards, Senior Industry Marketing Manager of Retail and Consumer Goods at Adobe. Welcome to the 2023 Digital Trends Retail in Focus. Based on Adobe's annual survey produced in collaboration with Econsultancy, the report captures the insights of nearly 400 retail executives and identifies opportunities for companies to refine their digital strategies and drive sustained growth in the new year and beyond. As we look to the future, one thing is apparent. As customers continue to raise the bar for great experiences, it will be critical for retailers to respond with creativity. They will need to be creative thinkers and problem solvers. They'll need to find ways to quickly solve both the problems of their business and their customers. And above all, they'll need to imagine creative ways to inspire their teams, boost efficiency, and improve the work stream, all by aligning their people, processes, and technology. As Adobe CEO Shantanu Narayan recently declared, everyone is creative and has the right to share their story. And you can help make that a reality. But rather than jumping to quick fixes or short-term strategies, think of this as a chance to stop for a moment, take stock of your situation, get creative, and chart the course ahead for long-term growth in the digital economy. Our survey revealed that a whopping 73% of senior executives across all sectors agreed that focusing on immediate needs in their organizations has come at the cost of longer-term planning and strategy. By evaluating the state of your business, you can begin to identify current challenges. In turn, this will help you understand whether increased automation and improved workflow solutions can help overcome friction and meet customer expectations across channels. Executive Summary. Now, let's explore four main themes from the 2023 Digital Trends Retail in Focus report. The first theme is the move to unified commerce. Now that digital adoption has steadied, retailers are looking to manage the evolution from multi-channel through omnichannel toward unified commerce to allow real-time data flows across integrated systems that allow seamless communication and ultra-personalization. However, 71% of the retail survey respondents agree that the interplay between offline and online experiences make customers' journeys harder to track. There is clearly progress to be made, as nearly 3/4 of retailers know customers are looking for those wow moments, but fewer than 50 would claim they've delivered them. The second theme is bringing digital and physical into harmony. Delivering a wow moment means understanding what matters to customers most and when. It also means realizing that some moments have a shelf life. Rapid delivery may have been a clincher in the past, but 2/3 of retailers say same or next day delivery is now expected, and 62% report the same about returns. Today's wow moments are achieved when customers find the product they want, where and when they want it, whether in-store, online, or a combination of both. It's why many retailers are bringing e-commerce operations closer to physical ones, growing hybrid hub and store models, and increasing the number of mobile apps to be used in a physical store. For example, 41% cite the latter as one of their top 2 areas for investment in 2023, while 29% are also looking at the former. The third theme is to balance the creativity equation. Certainly not all wow moments are down to convenience. Retailers recognize the need to make online experiences as personal and immersive as physical ones. They also know they need to make their brick and mortars stand out to entice the consumer in store once more. There are still too many barriers to creativity, however. Many retailers feel that their staff have neither the time, technology integrations, nor digital skills to deliver creative ideas that could create true differentiation. There's no better indication of the importance of creativity than the fact that employees of sector leaders, those who outperformed their sector last year, are much less likely than the mainstream to lack time to be creative. In fact, 37% of sector leaders lack time to be creative versus 57% of mainstream employees. Leaders have seen creativity's potential, and they're already creating structures that let their staff engage. And finally, the last theme is to walk the personalization tightrope. Data remains one of the great retail challenges. Its potential to inform strategy, predict customer needs, and deliver personalized experiences that enhance loyalty and attract new customers is stronger than ever. But retailers still struggle to access the correct data, knock down silos to free up real-time data flows, and move toward a first-party model, weaning themselves off third-party cookies. The number of solutions to companies' data challenges, such as the emergence of data clean rooms, is growing, and most retailers have shown an appetite to engage with them. In fact, 73% are actively addressing the deprecation of the third-party cookie. Once data is in order, the ability to anticipate customer needs, automate and build personalization at scale, both in-store, online, and a mixture of both, will be the completion of a critical step towards fully unified commerce and more wow moments. Section 1. The Dust Settles. Part 1. Meet expectations everywhere all the time. If we were to use one word to describe the past year in digital retail trends, it would be consolidation. Following 2020's rush to digital and the uncertainty of 2021, the online-offline journey appears to be settling down, with no more surprising and volatile channel shifts. And while e-commerce is predicted to grow at its slowest rate since 2011, any further slowdown is expected to be minimal. Whatever the demographic, customers can be expected to shop across online, mobile or m-commerce, social, and offline as part of business as usual. From their perspective, these interactions should be delivered seamlessly on whichever platform they choose and at whatever point in their customer journey. For example, customers don't see your newsletter as separate from your website or your mobile app. For them, it's all part of a single experience. Like the fabled swan paddling madly below the surface, the challenge is to make it all look effortless. We know, and the research confirms, it is not. Recent Forrester research found that 73% of customers want to be delighted by companies, but just 18% say they have met that standard. In our Adobe 2023 Digital Trends Retail Survey, 92% of retail practitioners agree that they need to deliver consistent, personalized content to more channels. Though at the same time, 71% report that the interplay between offline and online experiences makes their customers' journeys harder to track. 58% agree that customers increasingly want to go through the entire journey without human interaction and prefer exclusively self-serve via digital channels, while 69% agree that customers are looking to replace historically offline experiences with digital experiences. Faced with the additional challenge that customer expectations aren't just high but constantly resetting, as experienced by 93% of senior executives, the goal of seamless personalization is a highly complex one. The leap to unified commerce is the next major step in the evolution of the customer journey that customer experience, or CX, professionals have been developing for some time. It first moved from multi-channel, meaning communicating in silos through multiple channels, to omnichannel, meaning communicating across multiple channels by finding ways to integrate different systems and data sources. Now, retail is evolving toward the world of unified commerce. In unified commerce, back-end systems are linked to the customer-facing channels to allow data to flow easily back and forth in real time. David Lamas is a Chief Digital Officer at Central Retail, a retail group with 1,021 stores across Thailand. He explains how the group is evolving its omnichannel strategy in a way that begins to approach the unified commerce model. We define our new omnichannel customer experience as multi-moment, real-time, and ultra-personalized. We can detect consumer signals when they happen, understand their behavior, and micro-segment those customers to ultra-personalize and create a one-to-one understanding of what exactly are the consumer needs, the consumer requirements, and that is really enhancing that consumer experience. Achieving the goal of unified commerce is no small task. Building the tech stack to support it is just the beginning. As we saw, marketing and CX professionals find the interplay between online and offline challenging to track. But the trend toward customers looking to replace historically offline experiences with digital ones may prove helpful in delivering better insights into customer needs. Virtual tools are just one example of bringing the physical, in-store experience online. While customers shifting more and more of their physical behaviors online is a challenge from an experience management point of view, it could potentially transform retailers' understanding of that online-offline interplay and allow them to create even better experiences. Section 1. The Dust Settles, Part 2. Serving the Dynamic Customer. To kick off this section, let's explore a case study for Walmart's Be Your Own Model concept launched in September 2022. Using the customer's photographs, the technology creates a dressed image that can demonstrate how clothing items will look when worn, down to how the fabric drapes or the sleeve length. While the feature delivers a highly personalized service to the customer when using the app, it is also providing valuable data about customer preferences and sizes back to the retailer. Information that might otherwise only have been gleaned from conversations or observations of the store staff. Naturally, not all offline interactions will be replaced by online, and understanding the dynamic customer is an ongoing challenge. The dynamic customer moves on and offline as needed. They may browse in-store, buy online, and collect in-store again. While Walmart is pioneering shopper personalization, blending physical and digital in-shopper logistics is also important in optimizing CX. For example, the Walmart Commerce Technologies store fulfillment solution allows the customer to adapt their shopping choices, such as making the most of buy online, pick up in store, or BOPIS capabilities. The value of the hybrid shopping journey shouldn't be underestimated. Fashion retailer Primark was one of the last large retailers to maintain an offline-only presence. In 2022, the discount fashion chain finally created an e-commerce arm, allowing for click and collect in-store. During its limited launch in Wales and the north of England, the site immediately crashed, overwhelmed with traffic. The words delight and logistics are not often mentioned in the same sentence. But our research clearly shows that investment in inventory management and logistics is a high priority for marketing and CX professionals. Inventory management is viewed as critically important by 42% of respondents, nearly double the number who view AI to optimize in-store operations as critically important. That said, a further 42% think AI is important, showing that executives are beginning to understand just how responsive AI can make their organizations, as well as its impact on reducing waste and improving CX. This will be particularly important as the levers retailers have relied on in the past to differentiate and delight are becoming baseline customer expectations. Same-day or next-day shipping options are now a given, with 67% saying it's important or critically important for meeting customer expectations. Similarly, 62% of executives recognize customers want multiple options regarding returns. Efficiency is a buzzword of the moment. Later in this report, we'll discuss the importance of store associates, or their digital equivalents. But retailers are also keen to explore the potential for self-service alternatives, with 57% saying self-service checkouts or chatbots are important or critically important. Retailers are ensuring their stores are doing double duty to meet their complex logistical needs. In November 2022, Target announced that it would launch 150,000 square feet stores, 20,000 square feet more than usual, to meet in-store inventory and online ordering demands. These larger stores will have fulfillment space 5 times greater than a typical Target store, so they can operate as stores as hubs. Indeed, our research reveals that 29% of respondents consider opening this kind of hybrid hub as central to their physical store strategy for 2023. Moving inventory into stores rather than warehouses makes it easier to keep rapid delivery promises and reduces the risk of stock outages. Integrating e-commerce needs into existing models is the preferred strategy. Nearly a quarter of those surveyed plan to open traditional stores, and 3 in 10 plan to take no action. There is currently little appetite for switching physical real estate to exist purely in the service of e-commerce, such as creating new stores as hubs only or converting stores. Walmart-owned warehouse chain Sam's Club uses machine learning to forecast how many pumpkin pies and other products it is likely to need during the hectic holiday season. Its Fresh Sales app can predict how many products should be stocked hourly, which not only reduces the cost to the retailer and improves customer availability, but also reduces food waste and supports the company's sustainability pledge. Improving the distribution of on-site inventory versus sitting in remote warehouses allows marketing and CX professionals to meet the other customer service expectations revealed in our survey. Nearly 7 out of 10 respondents believe that personalized in-store experiences based on online behaviors are either important or critically important. Whether informed by digitized customer insight provided by a sophisticated customer data platform, or just a good old chat with a store associate, it's important to remember that the customer is at the heart of replicating the online experience in-store. Robert Hede, head of customer experience, Cotton On Group, explains why physical stores are still vital in delivering a holistic retail experience. The hardest part in 2023 is making sure you get the same amazing, personalized experience no matter how you want to shop with us. We've got to keep playing in new digital channels and make that really easy. But if we can elevate the stores to be the ultimate brand experience, that's really exciting. To close out this section, let's explore a case study for Gymshark. While Peloton took the in-gym spin class experience online in 2014, Gymshark took it in-store in 2022, albeit with a focus on lifting rather than spinning. Previously an online-only direct-to-consumer startup success story, Gymshark opened its first physical store on London's Regent Street in October 2022. The aim was not only to sell gym kits in a retail environment. The outlet also features the Sweat Room, a fitness studio with a regular program of events and classes, plus community sessions. Combined with one-on-one training sessions with experts at the Pro Bench, Gymshark brings personalized experiences full circle. Where once retailers wondered how to translate the personal in-store experience online, now companies like Gymshark are bringing that bespoke experience based on insight and customer behavior back in-store again. Section 1. The Dust Settles, Part 3. Mobile is the glue. Mobile continues to be the critical link that unites the digital and physical worlds, and 41% of executives surveyed highlight apps for mobile shopping in-store as one of their top 2 areas for development. Browsing the aisles, device in hand, has become commonplace. But towards the end of 2022 and into 2023, it has taken on an extra significance. Consumers worldwide are feeling pressure from rising prices, with some nations going as far as to call it a cost of living crisis. Smartphones are becoming a valuable tool in managing household expenditures. Recent consumer research found that 54% of shoppers use their phones to compare costs in-store, with 88% saying they're looking for special offers and promotions rather than the reviews at 78%. Interesting, given that the reviews are often cited by many industry commentators as a primary purchase driver. Beyond price, mobile is central to providing best-in-class retail experiences. Further research has shown that consumers are more satisfied with merchants integrating mobile and digital features into the physical store experience. However, one of the more intriguing findings from our research is that the most popular focuses for mobile investment into 2023 at 43% will be in mobile messaging, either via push notifications and updates or two-way conversations between customer and retailer. Real-time mobile messaging presents an excellent opportunity for brands wanting to capitalize on the mobile consumer behaviors outlined above. As you might expect, millennials and Gen Z consumers are the most responsive to mobile messaging at 95% and 88% respectively. And aside from the all-important order updates, consumers would most prefer messaging related to special offers at 51%, or the number of loyalty points accrued at 48%. Messaging is also increasingly the preferred way for consumers to interact with retailers. While still not entirely on par with Asia, and particularly China's use of mobile messaging apps to connect with customers, consumers worldwide are happy to use WhatsApp or text to communicate their needs. Research would suggest an 80% increase in WhatsApp activity in the first half of 2022 compared to the same period in 2021. Indeed, even customer service agents are 50% more likely to prefer messaging to live chat when communicating with customers. This can develop into conversational commerce and can be deployed anywhere, whether the customer is in-store or online, debating a purchase, trying to arrange delivery, or trying on an outfit. Messaging interactions over WhatsApp can seamlessly resolve queries and involve directed conversations that lead customers to purchase. Exchanges can also be amplified by other technologies, such as AI, geofencing, or conversational commerce that can help close the loop and enhance the data pool in the future. However, what is clear is that there is a need for the right customer data in the right situation if companies are to deliver real-time marketing or highly personalized promotional incentives. After a turbulent couple of years, retail is taking the opportunity to reflect and rediscover what its relationship is to consumers in terms of sustainability, consumption, e-commerce, and more. New channels continue to evolve, but there are less dramatic swings in behavior artificially induced by global events. There has been some return to traditional practice, the critical role of the store associate, for example, but technology integration will be at the heart of progress. The challenge comes in understanding where to place your bets. In the next section, we'll explore the range of technological innovation and attempt to separate the genuinely transformational from the emperor's new clothes. But before that, let's explore a few case studies. First, we'll talk about the growing role of image recognition at Lush and Target. As consumers express demand for content and context around their products, as well as price and product information, the customer's mobile device is indispensable. Ethical skincare and bathing products producer Lush released the Lush Lens in experimental form in 2019, but became an integral part of the app in mid-2021. The app uses image recognition to link details about its products and their ethical credentials before consumers make their purchase. Image recognition has been growing to satisfy consumers who are increasingly influenced by items they see on social feeds. Without any handy details, the image recognition functions can find the products themselves or lookalikes. As early as 2017, Target announced a partnership with Pinterest Lens to allow Target customers to take a picture of any product and then match it to similar items available for sale at the retailer. The functionality has since evolved to be used by companies like Wayfair and Walmart as a try-on function for furniture, so people can view large items in their homes before they commit to delivery. In 2021, Google expanded its shopping searches to include Lens, also used to snap pictures online and find out where they are on sale or if there are alternatives. Next, let's explore a case study for Mall of the Emirates. However retailers choose to engage, there is ample proof that mobile messaging delivers sales. Dubai's Mall of the Emirates gives shoppers access to its 350 stores via its WhatsApp-powered digital concierge, launched in October 2022. The instant messaging chat service connects customers with an agent during mall opening hours by scanning a QR code or clicking a link. The digital concierge can then arrange for customers to have their goods shipped within the United Arab Emirates next day or same day in Dubai for free. Section 2. No Time to Fly. Part 1. Cautious Innovation. Retail is an always-on sector, facing constant change and challenges. Marketing and CX professionals have multiple balls in the air. But just as retailers who don't seek to grow will shrink, those that don't stay up to date with innovation quickly become obsolete. Even if some ideas seem outlandish, it is always important to stay abreast of change, just in case. Our research demonstrates that retailers are taking a test-and-learn approach to innovation. As you'd expect, most of the activity is at the less bleeding-edge end of the spectrum, with about 2/3 of retail respondents either already using or exploring new but largely established channels, including social commerce, shoppable TV, and live streaming. For a long time, live streaming seemed to be an activity exclusive to Asia, with the mutually dependent ecosystem of messaging apps, marketplaces like Taobao and Douyin, and KOLs, or key opinion leaders or influencers, making it a facet of everyday life. Douyin users alone spend 89 minutes watching videos every day. It is so popular, the country's broadcasting regulator ruled minors couldn't tip live streamers, nor could they watch it after 10 p.m. It will be interesting to see if the relaxation of the stringent COVID quarantine rules that dominated society in China right up to the end of 2022 has any impact on the amount of time Chinese consumers spend online and with live streaming platforms. It may have taken a while for the live streaming trend to reach the West, but it certainly garners interest, although it may take a different form than what was pioneered in China. In June 2022, eBay launched eBay Live in the US, allowing bidders to chat with sellers and buy instantly, with the company claiming it would bring a higher level of entertainment to shopping. It's not all smooth sailing, however. In October 2022, Meta announced that Facebook would no longer support shopping features such as product playlists, although it would still host live streams themselves. At the other end of the spectrum is blockchain and NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, with 76% of retail executives stating it is not on their radar. This is entirely unsurprising. The massive fluctuations in the cryptocurrency market and the associated wild swings in the value of NFTs, combined with a general lack of real-world understanding of what such things are, means that only organizations with a reputation of innovation excellence and exploration to uphold are dipping a toe. Similarly, exploring the metaverse is being met with a distinctly frosty response. In fact, 74% of executives say it's not on their radar. Indeed, the assumption that the metaverse will prove an instant hit with computer-savvy Gen Zers appears to be misplaced. The EU spent €387,000 on a metaverse venue for the launch party of a new strategy, and only 6 people turned up, one of whom was the journalist sent to cover it. However, this may be a prime example of failing to ensure the content matches the medium. EU policy sessions not being high on the Gen Z metaverse itinerary. As reported in Adobe Digital Trends 2023, both Starbucks and Nike have high hopes for Web3, the overall entity based on blockchain and cryptocurrency that many expect will be the next internet universe. On Starbucks' Odyssey platform, users will be able to play games and buy collectibles, while Nike's Swoosh initiative will include a creator economy, virtual marketplace, and VIP community. Section 2. No Time to Fly Part 2. Talent at a Premium. There is no doubt that retail is crying out for more skilled, creative, and strategic talent. Shopping is a people business, whether it's associates in the showroom, customer service staff chatting to potential customers online, or digital wizards creating wow experiences. But many retailers are on the back foot when it comes to talent. In fact, 23% are relative novices when it comes to talent development and education, rating themselves as just 1 through 3 on a 10-point scale, and 61% are only intermediate, rating themselves 4 through 6. Things are not much better on diversity of backgrounds and opinions, with 13% rating themselves as novice and 60% intermediate. Employee diversity and inclusion, or D&I, is not a checkbox exercise to fulfill the gender pay gap or diversity quotas. It has a real impact on retailer reputation and competitiveness. Retailers known for lack of internal diversity have often found themselves on the wrong end of public opinion, damaging their brand. Whether it's tone-deaf branding about a particular nationality or failing to understand cultural differences and how those might impact the reception of a particular product or promotion, brands need to make sure they have varied voices. Still, a quarter of leaders claim they're experts, and a further 59% claim to be intermediates, contrasting with the 37% of mainstream executives who will admit to only being novices. Neiman Marcus is leaning toward the scale's intermediate and expert end. Its D&I policies have reduced its time to hire, helped the company achieve its highest ever Net Promoter Score, and driven high employee retention rates. It also has a culture of actively listening to employees at every level, even when that feedback is negative. Retailers don't just have to have employees from D&I backgrounds in the room. They must also feel that they have a voice. This can extend to employees in general, and they must feel they can speak truth to power. Section 2. No Time to Fly, Part 3. Time to be creative. We have long since discounted the myth that automation will supplant talented staff, instead of coming to understand that it frees up employees' time to focus on higher value, more creative work. By creative, we don't necessarily mean dressing the shop floor or developing an ad. Creativity applies to many aspects, such as developing new strategies and thinking innovatively about customer data and what new trends to examine next. But is the understanding that employees should engage in higher value work translating into the real world? Indeed, marketing and CX professionals seem to have largely bought into the idea that training existing staff is important, with 68% stating they're upskilling current employees. With those skills must come the freedom to be creative. There appears to be a strong correlation between introducing the technologies and processes that give employees space to be creative and market-leading performance. Leaders are far less likely than mainstream organizations to lack the time to be creative, implying they are making the best use of tools and techniques to allow their staff time to participate in higher-value tasks. 37% of these leaders cite lack of time to be creative, compared to 57% of mainstream organizations. To close out the section, let's explore how Mars Pet Nutrition brought creativity to their pet campaigns. Cat videos are estimated to drive 15% of the world's internet traffic. It follows that, for some marketing and CX professionals, time to create must involve a concentrated period of staring at cats on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and more. A respectable number of these videos belong to Mars Pet Nutrition's Whiskas and Amazon, which in 2021 was responsible for creating the hashtag #CatsInBoxes campaign. The pet food company sent out 250,000 Amazon boxes to customers in Australia with cat entertainment designs to turn the boxes into play areas for cats. Mars Pet Nutrition category strategy leader Georgia Slonim said of the hashtag #CatsInBoxes campaign, "I don't think any of us had ever been that excited to go straight into a meeting on a Monday morning. There were cats with crowns on, sitting in the cat castle, and working cats hiding out in their cat office with humorous comments on the talk box. We even had some hashtag rabbits in boxes campaign and hashtag dogs in boxes campaign. My absolute favorite, though, was a video that was shared, a cat in his cat roller coaster, rolling along on a light-up skateboard to a catchy soundtrack. I reckon I still watch it weekly." It wasn't just a motherlode of memes that the company was looking for. It also included a QR code on the box, which sent them to the brand page on the Amazon store to create further consumer interaction. Following the campaign launch, Whiskas observed a 70% uplift in ad-attributed sales on Amazon compared to the control period before the launch of the campaign. Section 3. Empower Employees. Part 1. Drive creativity through better systems integration. Section 1 highlighted the need for fully integrated systems to allow retailers to transition from omnichannel to unified commerce. Bringing systems together won't just help companies serve the right content to the right customer at the right time. It is also fundamental to fostering the creativity that will elevate those experiences above the competition. That's because silos aren't just a recipe for failure when it comes to efficiency, data integration, and personalization. They stifle creativity. Half of all practitioners surveyed name integration between tech systems as one of the key internal barriers holding them back. Efficient workflows certainly provide the backdrop for creativity. Still, not enough retailers can take advantage of them, with 43% of marketing and CX professionals reporting that workflow issues are holding the business back. When we break down why this might be, it becomes clear. Only around a third of respondents claim they are either good or very good regarding their ability to plan, produce, and deliver content using intuitive tools that are integrated with the rest of their system. Most struggle with getting content live quickly with the associated data to track its performance, with 33% reporting their ability as poor or very poor. Most would say their overall performance was just acceptable. This year's workflow report card theme is could do better. Technology integrations for workflows or CX systems can't just be done ad hoc. How systems are integrated plays a considerable role in creative success. A complex hybrid retail environment demands a broad portfolio of tools, but without a unifying or integrated platform, the technology intended to solve problems can get in the way instead. It's still a significant challenge for many, with 45% of retailers juggling with multiple technologies and vendors for their customer experience management, with no unifying platform. But there is little consensus among the other 55% on how to solve this issue. Some choose to develop internally, which depends on having the IT resources to do so, while others rely either on a single cloud-based provider or a combination of approaches. Despite earlier frustration that a lack of technology integration is holding them back creatively, leaders are over 4 times more likely than the mainstream to be experts at combining an understanding of the customer with creativity that delivers wow experiences. To end this section, let's explore how Home Depot uses technology to create innovative customer experiences. They wanted to create a unified online and in-store customer experience, but it wanted to go beyond just product-finding tools. It was as much about inspiration as information. In creating a multifunctional app, the company could put everything the customer needed in the palm of their hand. But the demands on the team to develop such a sophisticated CX tool were significant. Implementing workflow technology helped the creative team increase the number of completed DIY guides by 286% in just 1 year. The Home Depot also used AI to build audience segments from its 170 million profiles to send the right experience to the right customer, and increased its personalized campaigns by 62% year on year. According to Ranjit Bhosale, Vice President of Customer Marketing and Operations at Home Depot, not only are customers benefiting from streamlined, personalized experiences, but with real-time CDP, Home Depot can now act on insights across channels to provide customers with deals, relevant messaging, and inspiration for their projects. Using integrated technology to drive marketing campaigns hasn't been all about sales performance. How it has impacted staff internally, too, has been vital. Melanie Babcock, Vice President of Integrated Media at Home Depot, reveals, "We give our associates opportunities to grow their skill sets, learn, and make mistakes in a safe way. It gives people a sigh of relief to transform themselves, and that means the world to me. Section 3. Empower Employees Part 2. Expand the customer universe through data. At the start of this report, we revealed that the need to deliver consistent, personalized content across more channels was almost universally recognized by marketing and CX professionals. 92% agreed. We also revealed that 73% of customers want to be delighted by companies. They will not be delighted by simply being addressed by name or receiving an annual email on their birthday. Marketing and CX professionals recognize that they must up the ante when delivering personalized experiences. Personalization, especially personalization at scale, is multifaceted. Sometimes it's as simple as addressing a customer by name based on a previous transaction or having appeared in a database. Other times, it's the subtle surprise of having your needs anticipated and being served at just the right time before you knew you needed it. Personalization sophistication is on a scale, and it will come as no surprise to realize that the higher up the scale you go, the fewer marketing and CX professionals can achieve it. Finding the personalization sweet spot is an ongoing challenge. Very few online retailers can anticipate customer needs and personalize experiences based on customer interaction history or intent, at 16% and 9% respectively. Above all, personalization must be done with the customer's needs in mind. Take, for example, a recent academic study into the effects of personalization in media ads. If consumers felt the personalization was intrusive, such as it had accessed too much data or broadcasted too much personal information in the ad, they felt the need to regain control and would purposefully take the opposite action to the one the brand intended. In other words, consumers might actively reject a brand that creates intrusively personalized ads. The fact that purchase intent is so far down the list of CX personalization in 2023 is concerning. With the projected deprecation of Google's third-party cookies, it will be an essential bridge to understanding consumers' buying signals. It may well be that intent is a low priority for CX and marketing professionals because Google continues to push out the end date for deprecation, and it's now targeted to happen in 2024. Apple's iOS 14 tracking option has been in place since the summer of 2020, and advertisers have noticed a marked drop in their ability to identify and track customer journeys. Meta announced in February 2022 that it expected the move would be at least partially responsible for a $10 billion drop in advertising revenue, as advertisers couldn't get back the same type of targeting information from campaigns. While retail marketing and CX professionals will undoubtedly want to double down on securing customer retention and maximizing lifetime value, given the pressure on margins from rising costs and a squeeze on consumer spending, there is still the imperative to acquire new customers. Despite the challenges in understanding what might replace them, our research reveals that 73% of retailers are taking steps to address the loss of third-party cookies. For the remainder, it may be that the constantly shifting deadline cited above and other pressing concerns mean they feel confident to leave this challenge on the back burner. 47% of those who are taking steps are focusing on growing their own first-party data, which will be an essential tool to serve the creative, highly personalized content that drives deeper engagement and ultimately grows revenue. While the reliance on third-party data has been high, there is no doubt that retailers already have significant volumes of their own data that can be used to improve customer relationships. One report suggested that Kroger is able to use its 2 billion annual customer transactions to give supplier partners insight into consumer buying patterns, while revealing that Walmart's Retail Link similarly helps suppliers make decisions about store position. Retail marketing and CX professionals could be making it harder for themselves than it needs to be. Only 24% plan on establishing paid partner data relationships, and 24% on partnering with other brands. There are naturally concerns about data quality and regulatory matters, but there have been significant advances in anonymized and consented data, plus the use of data clean rooms. Data clean rooms allow retailers to run targeted campaigns while complying with privacy regulations. It matches first-party data provided by a group of advertisers to provide non-personally identifiable information to target specific customer segments and to measure audiences. Still, the identifiable data stays within the clean room and can't be shared with anyone. Data clean rooms are themselves an integral part of the burgeoning retail media network, or RMN, trend. Boston Consulting Group suggested that RMNs would be worth around $100 billion by 2027, growing at a rate of 25% per year. Companies like Walgreens created its RMN titled WAG in 2020, while Boots unveiled Boots Media Group, or BMG, in 2021. Retailers on and offline, including Nordstrom and Amazon, have also launched RMNs. Typically, RMNs allow access to advertising opportunities on their own and other brand-safe channels. These ads have the potential to be highly personalized at scale through the privacy-first sharing, hence the data clean rooms, of customer data with brand partners like CPG companies. For example, in the case of Walgreens, the company is able to leverage first-party data from its 100 billion-plus loyalty scheme members. As retailers are able to unlock more and more of their own and their partners' insights, they will be able to realize their plans to create much deeper customer relationships, owning more of the customer journey, and achieving their twin aims of robust yet lower-cost customer acquisition and long-term profitable loyalty. To finish out the section, let's explore about how Walgreens Boots Alliance uses data clean rooms. Walgreen-owned Boots is using data clean rooms to target members of its loyalty scheme with personalized messaging in TV or streaming ads. The company's CMO, Peter Markey, said the idea was to create mass personalization, while today it's focusing on privacy-centric targeting. Markey hopes to one day be able to go much more granular. About this goal, he said, "If I knew one viewer was a fan of one brand and someone else another, then I'd be able to show them a bespoke piece of creative with a targeted offer." Conclusion. There are three main takeaways from the 2023 Digital Trends Retail in Focus report. The first is that customer journeys are more settled, but also more dynamic. Across 2023, we don't expect seismic shifts in consumer behavior like the ones experienced in 2020 through 2022. Now that the vast majority of consumers and retailers have been brought into the digital fold, the customer journey is fully and truly omnichannel. However, as shopper patterns settle and the shock of 2020 and 2021's rapid transformation recedes, expectations will continue to rise. Customers want to replicate their offline experiences online, but equally want to move seamlessly between the two. How retail marketing and CX professionals keep on top of these journeys and coordinate activities will impact every business area, from warehousing through merchandising to m-commerce. Next, retail brands need to empower employees with the resources and structures to be creative. Undoubtedly, retailers must find solutions to today's problems, meeting their consumers' needs during a cost of living squeeze and delivering projects on time and on budget with ever-squeezed resources. But they must also look to the future and find the space to innovate and create. This is easier said than done when new talent is in short supply and existing staff are bogged down in daily minutiae. Retailers need to evaluate whether their current practices hinder their growth. By looking behind the curtain and putting systems, technologies, and processes in place that liberate their employees to focus on higher-order work, retailers will find the space needed to bring groundbreaking, fresh ideas to market. Lastly, retail brands need to support excellence through integrated technology and data. Most retailers today would agree they have some technology that will improve their CX. They would also confirm that they have a lot of customer data. But getting those technologies and data working in sync still seems a long way off. To achieve leader status in the market, retailers must work towards a more unified platform. This will make it easier for them to access the necessary data and deliver it to the right teams for the right purpose. At the same time, they must build data partnerships that create future-ready organizations for a unified commerce vision that brings best-in-class customer experience to meet today's expectations and tomorrow's even higher ones. The digital economy is constantly evolving, and your company's personalization strategies and initiatives need to evolve with it. Learn more about how to stay ahead on personalization at scale by visiting www.adobe.com/go/retail webpage. You can also take a deeper look at the findings and learn more about the methodology and demographics of survey participants at www.adobe.com/go/retail 2023.